Iran struck the US Fifth Fleet's home base in Bahrain. Weapons depots, satellite communications, the building housing American forces. Then hit 2 supertankers in the Strait of Hormuz, 1 Indian crew member dead. America responded with a 5-hour strike across 6 Iranian locations. 50,000 US troops are in the region. This is no longer an exchange of strikes, it's a war again. The military confrontation between the United States and Iran has expanded across the Gulf, with both sides announcing fresh strikes on strategic military and maritime targets, further raising fears over the security of the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical energy corridors. On July 13th, the IRGC claimed it launched the second phase of Operation Nasr 2, targeting Al Jufair base in Bahrain, home to Naval Support Activity Bahrain, which hosts the US Fifth Fleet.
As the Operation Nasr 2 continues, we targeted several weapons storage depots, a satellite communications center, and a building housing US forces at the Al Jufair base in Bahrain. The missile and drone attacks were part of the second phase of its retaliation operation today.
Following the claimed attack, Bahrain's Interior Ministry confirmed that warning sirens had been activated, urging residents to move to safe locations. However, the ministry did not immediately confirm the extent of any damage. The IRGC also claimed it struck 2 offending supertankers in the Strait of Hormuz, alleging the vessels ignored repeated warnings and attempted to navigate through what Iran described as a mined route.
The vessels were struck after they ignored repeated warnings, turned off navigation systems, and attempted to pass through a mined route. The rogue tankers had been deceived by the US into taking the southern route in Omani waters by turning off their navigation systems. Cooperation with the aggressor enemy would result in damage, delays in reopening the waterway, and a global energy crisis.
This was hours after the United Arab Emirates said Iran had targeted 2 of its oil tankers in Omani waters of the Strait of Hormuz, reportedly killing at least 1 Indian crew member. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi also defended Tehran's role in the waterway, writing on X that Iran had always been the guardian of the Strait of Hormuz and would remain so.
POTUS is absolutely right. Whoever provides secure and safe passage of commercial vessels through the Strait of Hormuz should be compensated for this service. Iran has always been the guardian of the strait and will remain so forever.
Meanwhile, the US Central Command announced that it had completed a 5-hour strike operation ending at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Time on July 13th, targeting multiple Iranian military sites.
US Central Command, CENTCOM, completed the latest wave of strikes against Iran at 10:15 p.m. ET on July 13th. During the 5-hour mission, US forces successfully struck military targets across Iran, including Bushehr, Chah Bahar, Jask, Konarak, Abu Musa, and Bandar Abbas to further degrade Iran's ability to attack commercial shipping.
CENTCOM said the strikes targeted Iranian coastal defense systems, missile and drone sites, and maritime capabilities across southern Iran.
CENTCOM forces employed precision munitions against Iranian coastal defense systems, missile and drone sites, and maritime capabilities. More than 50,000 U.S. service members are currently deployed across the Middle East. American forces remain vigilant, lethal, and ready.
With both Washington and Tehran escalating military operations while the Strait of Hormuz remains at the center of the confrontation, concerns continue to grow over regional stability and the potential impact on global energy supplies. The United States has launched another wave of strikes against Iran, targeting military infrastructure across the country as tensions over the Strait of Hormuz continue to escalate, while fresh satellite imagery is raising new concerns over the security of Iran's nuclear facilities. According to US Central Command, American forces carried out coordinated attacks on dozens of targets on July 12th using fighter aircraft, naval vessels, one-way attack aerial drones, and, for the first time, one-way attack sea drones.
U.S. Central Command completed a new wave of offensive strikes against Iran July 12th, hitting dozens of targets at multiple locations with precision munitions to degrade Iran's ability to continue attacking international shipping flowing through the Strait of Hormuz.
CENTCOM said the strikes targeted Iran's military capabilities linked to operations around the strategic waterway.
CENTCOM forces struck Iranian military air defense systems, coastal radar sites, missile and drone capabilities, and small boats using U.S. fighter aircraft, naval vessels, one-way attack aerial drones, and one-way attack sea drones for the first time. The Strait of Hormuz is a vital maritime corridor for global trade. Iran does not control it.
As the strikes unfolded, satellite imagery analyzed by Egypt's Intel Observer indicated that a building inside Iran's Bushehr nuclear power plant complex was destroyed, only meters from the facility's operating reactor. The damaged structure appears to be part of the construction area for 2 additional reactors. This comes after CNN, citing satellite analysis by the Institute for Science and International Security, reported signs that Iran may be rebuilding parts of its nuclear infrastructure damaged in previous attacks. Iran's Atomic Energy Organization, meanwhile, dismissed reports of a US strike on the Bushehr nuclear power plant, confirming that the facility is fully intact.
The plant is operating under safe, stable, and normal conditions, with all units and facilities functioning normally.
The Iranian Students' News Agency, citing Bushehr Governor Mohammad Mozaffari, reported that 10 US strikes targeted 4 sites in the southern province, with no casualties documented. Located on Iran's Gulf Coast, Bushehr is the country's first and largest nuclear power plant. It was built with Russian technical assistance. The developments have renewed attention to a warning issued in 2025 by IAEA Director General Rafael Grossi, who cautioned that any direct strike on Bushehr could trigger a major radiological disaster requiring evacuations across hundreds of kilometers, including parts of neighboring Gulf states. Meanwhile, footage aired by Irib News showed a massive fire engulfing a destroyed hangar at Omidyeh Airport in Iran's southwestern Khuzestan province. Local officials said 4 locations across Omidyeh and Mashhad were struck by US projectiles shortly after 1:45 a.m. local time. Iran responded by announcing a new round of retaliatory operations against US military facilities across the Gulf. The IRGC said it targeted the Prince Hassan airbase in Jordan with missiles and drones, setting fire to several fuel depots and ammunition storage facilities. In a statement, the IRGC said the attack was the first phase of its response to US strikes on Iranian coastal military bases. Bahrain's Interior Ministry has said sirens have been sounded again, warning people to remain calm and head to the nearest safe place. The warning came as the IRGC claimed it had launched the second phase of its retaliation against Bahrain's Sheikh Issa airbase, saying it struck helicopter maintenance facilities, a hangar housing a P-8 maritime patrol aircraft, and a US drone command and control center. The IRGC also claimed its aerospace forces had completely destroyed fuel storage tanks and Patriot air defense systems at Ali Al Salem Air Base in Kuwait, along with a strategic FPS radar system at Ahmed Al Jaber Air Base, calling it the third phase of its Eye for an Eye operation.